So I was saying, if you want to put your advertisement on the biggest LED screen in the world, it will cost you $620.